It's Monday morning, your alarm rings, but you hit snooze button for a million times. You want to skip work, your energy is down. You wake up swearing everyone and everything just sucks. Last night, YouTube motivational video effect seems to wear off. Suddenly, you start to tell yourself, I don't care about anything at all. Then you switch into self-destructive mode. I've been there. But fortunately, there is a way out of this misery. But you must listen carefully. First, let's address the elephant in the room. Why does everything suck? This goes down to two reasons. A. External factors. These are life circumstances. Whether it's a job you hate, relationships that are draining, or even things like financial stress can really make you feel overwhelmed. B. Internal battles. Sometimes it's our mindset that amplifies how bad things seem. Self-doubt, negative self-talk, or even comparing yourself to others can make you feel 10 times worse. Back in 2022, I went through really tough times. I was stuck in a dead-end job. I had no ambitions, no goals, not even a skill. I had nothing at all. Every day I dreaded getting out of bed. At one point, I seriously questioned if I ever going to feel good again. Until I learned that I can't always change the external factors, but I can shift the internal battles. And that's when the drastic change of my life begins. For the rest of this video, I'm gonna tell you how to get out of the rut and stay motivated even when everything sucks and you feel there is no hope. 1. Set small, attainable goals. When life feels so overwhelming, the idea of getting back on track with grand, ambitious goals feel impossible. You start to realize how small you are compared to the mountain of problems ahead of you. You start to question your career, your spouse, housing, having kids. What would my career be? Is this my destined career? Do I love what I'm doing? What about a wife? Am I gonna get married? Should I buy or rent a house for the rest of my life? What about kids? Am I gonna have any kid at all? Trust me, it is so overwhelming. I used to try to escape thinking of these problems by playing video games or even watching dirty movies. Only to find it wouldn't solve anything at all, but in contrary, it makes me feel 10 times worse. So in order for me to solve everything at once, I started to break it down into small, bite-sized problems. When you break down your day into small tasks, manageable chunks, you give yourself a psychological win each time you accomplish something. It's like feeding your brain tiny hits of dopamine, and it helps build momentum. During my tough time, I decided to do something very small every day, like waking up and making my bed. Sounds trivial, right? But it was a tiny victory in the midst of chaos. That simple act gave me the feeling that I could control something, and slowly, I started setting slightly bigger goals. Reading for 10 minutes, going for a short walk, or even calling a friend. These tiny wins add up over time. 2. Change your environment. Your surroundings have a huge impact on how you feel and act. If your place feels cluttered or negative, trust me, it's gonna be so hard to feel motivated. Clean up your workplace or living space. Add something positive to your surroundings, like a plant, motivational quotes, or better lighting. If possible, work or study in a different location like a cafe or a library. A couple of years ago, when I felt completely uninspired, I got rid of all unnecessary belongings because the more things you own, the more you end up owned by them. After that, I felt so light and refreshed. It might sound weird, but it gave me a fresh perspective. I also started doing light workout at home. Those small shifts brought in a sense of clarity and calm, which eventually helped me get back into a motivated mindset. 3. Reframe failure and learn from it. Most of the time, what drains our motivation is the fear of failure, or even worse, the belief that we've already failed. When we start to think we're not good enough, it becomes a mental spiral. Instead, think of failure not as a personal flaw, but as a feedback. And each time something doesn't work out, there's a lesson in it. When I first started getting in shape journey, I started to work out at home. But soon, I started going to the gym for the first time in my life. I felt so awkward with this skinny, tall body. I was thinking of quitting the day after that. But then I reminded myself that it takes time to get used to uninvited looks from the pro gym members until I become comfortable with it. But then I faced another problem, which is not seeing any result despite the hard work I put into it. This feedback from my failure told me I must outsource an expert. That's when I started to work out with a personal trainer, and that is when I started to see some results. 4. Surround yourself with positive influences. Who you spend your time with can either drain you or lift you up. When everything sucks, it's easy to isolate yourself, but that's when you need positivity the most. Go find a mentor or someone who inspires you. Distance yourself from negative influences, even if it's temporary. Join groups or online communities focused on growth and support. There was a time when I was constantly hanging around losers. I didn't realize how much their energy was affecting me until I took a step back. Once I started spending time with more positive, motivated individuals, it had a ripple effect on my own mindset. It wasn't an overnight fix, but it made a massive difference in the long run. 5. Practice gratitude, even when it's hard. I know. When everything sucks, the last thing you wanna hear is practice gratitude. But here is why it works. When you're actively looking for things to be grateful for, you rewire your brain to focus on the good, even if it's just the tiniest bit of good. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be huge things. Sometimes it's just a warm cup of coffee or a sunny day. During one of my lowest points in life, I couldn't think of anything to be grateful for. But I started small, just writing down one thing a day. At first, it felt forced, but slowly, it became easier. That shift in perspective helped me to feel there is still hope in life. 6. Remember your why. When everything sucks, it's easy to lose sight of why you're even trying in the first place. This is where you need to remind yourself of your purpose, your bigger why. Ask yourself, why did you start this journey? What do you want to achieve in the long run? What legacy do you want to leave behind? When I felt like giving up on life, I thought, and start to reflect on the reason why am I even trying to pursue anything in the first place. It was the fear of dying without achieving anything in life. Another reason is my pride that refused to die as a loser. These whys kept me going even when the progress felt painfully slow. If you're feeling unmotivated, if everything sucks right now, remember, it's not permanent. Sometimes life throws shit at you, but how we react to those challenges defines us. Take small steps, change your environment, surround yourself with positive people, and remember your bigger why. You've got this. And whenever you feel like the world is weighing you down, come back to this video for a little reminder that you're stronger than you think. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video if it helped you, and share it with someone who might need it. See you next time.